A lot of people are super excited for Civil War, which I am too. I'm very excited for Civil War. But damn, I am excited for the Defenders. I'm excited for the Netflix More series because Jessica Jones does its damn job. It is good. It is damn good. It is as good as Daredevil. It might be, I wouldn't argue the fact that people would probably prefer this over Daredevil because it's such a different kind of beast. Where Daredevil really showcased Matt Murdock and really did Daredevil justice, and the martial arts in there was beautifully done, and a lot of the characters were great, and the whole storyline, especially the Kingpin. But Jessica Jones, everything is so good about this series. It has a great villain. It has great cast of characters. There's one particular character I'm not too fond of, but overall, I didn't know what I was expecting because I don't know too much about Jessica Jones, and I don't know what differs between her and the comic book in the series. I don't know how much they changed. I don't know. I really don't know. I didn't know what I was getting myself in for. What you really need to know is that Jessica Jones is a private investigator. She helps people come with her for problems that she needs to solve. Mostly it's more a fair, like she has to catch people in the act, cheating on their spouses. That's mostly what her career consists of. She used to be a superhero, but she's not a superhero no more. It turned out really bad. But oh my God, Krysten Ritter is from famed Breaking Bad. That's the last time that's the only really series I've seen her in blow up. In Breaking Bad, she was Jane. She was Jesse Pinkman's girlfriend who, I'm not going to spoil it for you guys if you haven't seen Breaking Bad. But if you haven't seen Breaking Bad, go watch that damn show. Absolutely. I don't know how much she is, how much of the comic adaptation to this, how distinct how she is as Jessica Jones in the comic. I don't know. But my God, perfect casting to bring in Krysten Ritter as Jessica Jones. I absolutely loved her in this series. I loved her acting. I loved her smart-ass remarks. I loved her struggle. I loved her inner demons. I loved her nemesis, Kilgrave. But Jessica Jones, Krysten Ritter did such a fantastic job in this series. The greatest praise I can give her is that every scene she was not in, I missed her. Every scene she was in, I loved her. She was amazing. She really made you watch. She knew what she had. She knew what she had in this Marvel property, and she went for it. So Kevin Feige, you need to start looking at these Netflix television shows. You really need to have to consider maybe some of these characters popping up for the Avengers. It's a different tone. I know it's a different kind of ugly kind of beast compared to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which has some hardships, which has some deaths, but it's still a little bit cookie cutter compared to what I just saw from Daredevil and Jessica Jones. Jessica Jones, by far, is one of my favorite MCU characters right now because she's so real, because you really relate the hell out of her. She is strong yet weak at the same time. That is for everybody else in life in general. She is just a normal person with abilities, and she's trying to cope, she's trying to move forward, and my God, I just can't get enough of Jessica Jones. I loved every single episode that was on here. Last episode, there is a little I got to talk about, but spoiler warning if you haven't already noticed. There's going to be spoilers for this series because, man, there's a lot to talk about here, but Jessica Jones is definitely one of them. And, I was wondering, I know a little bit about Luke Cage. I was wondering how Mike Colter was going to do. I didn't know if I necessarily liked that casting in the beginning, but boy, does it fit. Mike Colter did a phenomenal job. It looked like he lost a little bit of weight, or he bulked up a little bit more. Because usually when I see him, he's not as bulky as he is, and he just didn't seem like, it seemed like he changed his appearance just a little bit. But Mike Colter as Luke Cage was awesome too. The chemistry between him and Jessica, I thought was great. It wasn't, I don't want to say it was fantastic, but boy, it was great to see those two together. I know in the storyline, they definitely have a thing going on, and they really just embraced that in this series. boy, do they embrace that. They embrace the hell out of that. They embrace it so much the bed breaks. That's how much they embrace this relationship. So it was an intriguing relationship too, especially when Jessica Jones is the one that killed his wife. And I was just waiting for her. She is kind of a piece of shit though. How she she never really told Luke that, or she only told him that she killed his wife because she had to. I don't think she would have never told him. And, Luke says that. I don't think you would have ever told me if you fucking, if you didn't have to. So that involving his late wife was amazing. I just thought these two definitely it's going to be interesting going further down. Now, I know Luke Cage is having his own spin-off series or having his own series on Netflix. I don't necessarily think he is best for his own series. I think he's best to be like this in a Jessica Jones series as a definitely one of the major players. I just don't think he would carry his own series quite too well unless Jessica Jones is definitely in Luke Cage's series, which I don't see why not. But, Luke Cage, Michael Coulter, hats off, brother. You are just amazing in here. You actually really do fit the bill, and I really did feel like you were indestructible. So, and the relationship between you and Jessica was great. So, moving on, before I get to the creme de la creme, we got to talk Rachel Taylor's character, Patricia Trish Walker. Now, Trish, here's the problem with Trish. I didn't necessarily like her all too much. I thought... towards the end, I started to say, okay, she's okay. But there was moments in the series, like when they get Kilgrave, her, Jessica, and Simpson. When they get him, and she just totally blows it. She totally gets hit, knocked out, and she was the getaway driver. She's the one who wanted the responsibility. She's getting into the business of Jessica, which she thought she can handle, but she doesn't handle very well at the end. I mean, honestly, she just oh my God, he's controlled my mind, isn't it? Honestly, she was sometimes annoying, especially when she takes that pill, and she beat Simpson for a little bit, but honestly, Jessica she ended up taking him out anyway. So Trish, even though you see Jessica love her so much, I felt like I was waiting for her death. I was waiting for her death in this series to be a little bit more kind of impactful towards Jessica in a bad way. I kind of want to see Jessica go in the dumps even more because I want to see how much she would rise. But Trish didn't die, which is fine. I mean, towards the end, I actually did kind of say, okay, whatever, you're fine. She does all this training. She's just a human. But overall, there's just something, I don't know if it's the actress or overall the character was just a little blah to me. It definitely didn't, she tried to contribute, but she didn't contribute as much as maybe Malcolm. And Malcolm, oh my God, leading up to Malcolm was awesome. I love Malcolm. Malcolm is played by Eka Darville. And Malcolm, really, I love the little twist in the series too, where he was a junkie, but it was actually Kilgrave who made him kind of a junkie. And I love his redemption story. I love how he goes from the gutter, now he's helping Jessica, and now he's trying to make a difference. He's trying to help people. He covered up the death of, I think it was Pete, or what was it? What the hell was his name? I don't know if it was Pete. I don't think it was Pete. It was Ruben. He covered Ruben. Oh, so sad. I'm so sad. He covered the death of, because Kilgrave killed Ruben, and Malcolm covered that up for Jessica, who wanted to turn herself in. So Malcolm is definitely the heads above the shoulders for Jessica. He's trying to be that helper, that person, kind of a partner to Jessica. So I absolutely love Malcolm's character, and I absolutely loved where they left off with him at the end of the series, where he's answering phone calls and he's trying to help Jessica. He's trying to get her, these people want help, and she is the hero that he believes her to be. So, and she saved his life. So Malcolm, you're awesome. You're amazing. I really like your character. But Ruben, poor Ruben. Ruben has a sister as well. They're actually twins. They're twins. Ruben, what was the sister's name? I forgot the sister's name. But the sister was a little bit crazy in the series, and she got it super annoying she was annoying. She was an annoying character, I will be honest. But Ruben was such, a guy who always constantly got yelled at his sister, who was in love with Jessica, who would bring her banana bread. And he got killed from Kilgrave killed him, and that made me so sad. That actually really hurt. I was so sad when Ruben died. I was like, oh, poor Ruben, man. He just loved Jessica. He wanted to go to the movies with her. I mean, it really was kind of a heartbreaker there. Let's move on to Simpson. Simpson is basically a crazy person now, a psychotic crazy guy. But beforehand, he was a cop. Then Kilgrave got a hold of him, and then he tried to kill Trish. And then he snapped out of it. Now he made sweet love to Trish, and Trish is so stupid to get involved with this guy. Honestly, that's why I think Trish is an idiot as well. But then Simpson loves her, tries to help Jessica to get Kilgrave because it was all Kilgrave's fault. And then he takes these pills that make him kind of stronger, faster, adrenaline, combat pills or whatever, but makes him lose his mind, honestly. And he almost kills Jessica. He hurts Trish for a bit, but he still loves Trish. So, and we don't know what happens to Simpson at the end. We don't know if he's dead, and we don't know if he's alive. We're gonna have to cross that bridge when we cross it. So that character was fine. He kind of reminded me of Chris Evans. I'm not gonna lie. He kind of reminded me a little bit of Chris Evans. Even those pills, kind of maybe Hydra has something to do with it, but I have no clue. But Simpson was fine. Down to the creme. I should say Trish and Jessica has a stepmother too, and she's a little shady towards the end as well. She does give the paperwork to Trish about Jessica Jones' abilities and how she got her abilities, because Jessica was in a car crash involving her family, and she was the only one that survived, and she ended up getting these powers. So she feels like she's at fault for her family's death. She feels like she's at fault for a lot of deaths, especially Luke's wife's death. So that's why I like Jessica so much, because she has a heavy burden and she's just trying to move on. So let's go to the creme de la creme. The creme de la creme. And I gotta say, David Tennant, absolutely awesome. At first, I thought you were a little goofy, but you were absolutely awesome. I miss you, Kilgrave. Can't believe Kilgrave is dead. Kilgrave was such a great villain. He was such a great villain. He was such a great counterpart from Jessica Jones. He was that guy who was always on your mind and literally was in your mind telling you what to do. He was amazing. I thought he reminded me of Hugh Jackman, just super skinny. I thought this guy did a fantastic job for Kilgrave. I loved how obsessed he was with Jessica Jones. I loved his witty humor. I loved his childlike mentality, yet his cruelness to everybody he comes in contact with. I thought Kilgrave was awesome. A lot of those great episode moments, especially when he turns the house into Jessica's old home, from furniture to picture frames. I mean, he got it to a T. How he messed up Hope. Hope was the main reason Jessica Jones kept Kilgrave alive. But Hope at the end killing herself, and everybody else almost being killed by the Kilgrave victims. I mean, he's a son of a bitch. He's a douchebag, but boy, was he so entertaining to watch. He was very entertaining, especially when he had Jessica Jones at the house, when he had her captive, especially the mind games he was playing with her, especially when Jessica Jones had him captive and tried to use his parents against her, and at the end, he was so obsessed, he was so in love with Jessica. At the end of the episode, he thought he had all the power in the world to win Jessica back, but that wasn't the case. Jessica played a trick on him and ended up snapping his freaking neck, which kind of makes me sad because I would have loved to see Kilgrave come back, but he was already too powerful. He was basically a mutant. They call him gifted, but he was a mutant. He's an X-Men. He reminded me so much of Professor X and Magneto for some reason. So Kilgrave was amazing. And I did it, that whole idea, the plan for Jessica Jones, and when she used Trish to come in and all the cops were Kilgrave thought that was Jessica Jones, but it was actually Trish at the end, and all the cops were putting their arms at her. It was stupid. I don't know why Jessica went through, why didn't she sneak up on him? Why didn't she shoot him? It's not like he could stop bullets. You could shoot the guy. So Kilgrave should have died so many times in the series, but he didn't. I absolutely thought I did like how the things he made people do. It was intense. It was crazy. Absolutely, Kilgrave is Marvel, there's your villain right there. There's a villain right there that you could definitely look at. So before I talk about any other stuff that happened in the series, I want to talk about overall the production. The production values look great. I mean, everything looked so... It reminded me so much of Daredevil. They fit the tone with the Daredevil universe so well. They're trying to do this MCU darkness, a little bit more darker, grittier. So if you don't cater to the lighthearted, funny Avengers, Ant-Man and all that, go watch the Netflix series because it has so much more to offer. It is the Dark Knight to Marvel kind of, kid friendly atmosphere that they're trying to give you. But absolutely fantastic though. I'm just absolutely happy with the production values. I thought, Jessica Jones wears like almost the same clothes every single time. And I can relate to that too, because if you don't have too much money, if you are constantly out on the go and you're drinking or something like that, like she just feels like a real person to me. She feels like a real person who would do all that. Her motives, her actions, really everything. Her apartment is also awesome too. I love how the alias kind of, her little PI kind of signature thing keeps getting broken, the window. So I thought that was kind of funny. I like the environment. I like her hotel. I like her tenants, even though one of them's just annoying as hell. The lawyer was interesting as well, and I think that's what was it, Wolf something? I forgot her name, but I think that's the chick. Oh, Hogarth, Jan Hogarth, and she's a bitch. Like but I think that's the chick from The Matrix. Neo, I love you. But yeah, Hogarth was a great character too. I was just waiting for Matt Murdock to show up though in this series. I was waiting for those two to see each other, just like Matt Murdock defending Jessica Jones for some reason. But Hogarth was so stupid yet so she was a great character to really hate, especially the things she did, especially wanting her ex-wife out and losing her lover, especially her releasing Kilgrave. Like she definitely caused a lot more trouble, but she was a great character to hate, and I absolutely did enjoy the performance as well. Speaking of Daredevil, oh my god, I just wanted Daredevil to show up so bad. I love that cameo. It's not even a cameo. She was in the episode. Night Nurse, my girl, oh, my beautiful woman, Rosario Dawson, coming back. They call her the Night Nurse. And Rosario Dawson, Claire. I loved how she helped, Jessica Jones and Luke Cage to get Luke Cage back to Jessica's apartment and help her out and help him out. I love how the little subtle hints to her friend Matt Murdock. Absolutely love Rosario Dawson coming into that last episode. I think it's a great, if you're not going to bring Matt, why don't you bring Rosario? And I can't wait till this all crosses over. She's the bridge. She's the one, now that she knows who Jessica Jones is and Luke Cage. And she even offered to call him to help them. So, but Jessica had to kill Kilgrave herself. So, there's a lot to talk about here. But I mean, God, all you need to know is it's absolutely wonderful. It's a great series. It's another hit for Netflix. It's another well-done series, and it's just as good or even better as Daredevil. And I'm just so excited to see the two stories converge, because we know this is set in the same universe as all the other Marvel heroes, and they don't really bash your head over with, oh yeah, Iron Man, the Hulk guy, this and that. Like, there is some things here and there, but they don't bash your head over it, like kind of like Daredevil does. But Jessica I'm glad, because Jessica alone is such an intriguing and interesting character. Yes, sometimes her powers, like when she jumps, is a little bit kind of off. Some of the camera angles and how they execute it was a little weird. But Jessica herself, man, this character was so intriguing, so interesting. I love the fact that she's a private investigator, and she's just one of us. What can I say? She's just one of us, yet not one of us. You know what I mean? But absolutely love it. I can't. After watching this, after seeing Daredevil and Jessica Jones, and I know Luke Cage is on the way, but honestly, I don't want Luke Cage. You know who I want. I believe 100% that Netflix can get it done, because Netflix is turning up some fantastic shows. But we know what we want. You know what you want. You know you want to see a proper introduction, a proper telling of Frank Castle, a.k.a. The Punisher. Bring on The Punisher. I want a series of The Punisher. Berthal, I believe in him. I believe he's going to kick ass in Daredevil. Give me The Punisher. I am so ready. I will be right when it comes out. I'll binge watch the hell out of the Punisher series. I'll watch the whole thing that night. I'm wearing my Punisher shirt right now. Punisher is my favorite Marvel character. I catered to, what can I say? I catered to darkness. I catered to actual characters who want revenge. Batman doesn't necessarily want revenge. Batman is my favorite character. So what does that tell you? Superhero. The Punisher is such a badass, and it's going to be so interesting when he deals with all these people with different abilities. I want to see the Punisher. If you don't give me Punisher, give me Blade. Give me Blade and bring back Wesley Snipes, because I can't picture anybody else playing Blade except Wesley Snipes. Thank you guys for listening. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. If you love Jessica Jones just as much as I do, hit that subscribe button if you want a Punisher series, because I want the Punisher series. Like the video if you like it. Comment below. Want to hear your guys' thoughts on everything Jessica Jones. I did cover a little bit of it, but if you want to talk about certain events, certain moments, go right ahead. I will respond, because there is a lot to talk about in this series. Fantastic series. Fantastic what they're doing for the television aspect of Marvel. I mean, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Agent Carter, they can't get away with a lot because they are on kind of, ABC and stuff, or NBC or whatever they're on. ABC, I believe. But Netflix, they can get away with a lot of stuff because Jessica Jones is gritty, bloody, in your face, and I love it. So, thank you guys. I'm Dan Magnuson. Till next time, guys. You guys do a good job. Do a good job. You guys have a safe time. No, that's not a good outro. To infinity and beyond. There we go. That's a good outro. Bye, guys.